What's good, everybody? It's your boy Ace here, back with another fantasy basketball video, man. We are back, baby. This past weekend, I went on a little vacation to Portland, and watched that Blazers game because my team are the Grizzlies. So Grizzlies came. I live in Washington State, so I live like nowhere near Memphis. So I'm not flying over there for a game, but they came to Portland, so I was able to catch a game. Super fun game. We blew them out in enemy territory, so that was fun. But yeah, I didn't really post anything over there, obviously, because I wasn't at home, and then just been busy with class. But um, got some time today to make a fantasy basketball video. So just gonna talk about streamers for today. There's a 12-game slate. It's the in-season tournament, so there aren't as many streamers as usual. Because typically with the in-season tournament, the starters are gonna play most of the minutes. So a little bit less of stream value today, but still have some streamers for you guys. Also, I'm gonna add a new component to the video. I'm gonna At the end of the video, I'm gonna have a ranking of my favorite streamers and like favorite of them to hold, and then I'm also gonna have favorite deep league streamers. So I'm going to rank them. At least my favorites, like my 5 favorites in each of those 2 categories. So stay and watch the video for that as well. And also just wanted to talk about the most recent video that I made for fantasy basketball, which was the buy low sell high video. Wanted to give you guys a little update on those buy low sell highs. It's only been like a week, so not much movement here, but there actually has been more movement than I thought there would be for a week. So I had 3 buy lows, 3 sell highs. Let's just go ahead and talk about the buy lows. The first buy low was Tyrese Halliburton. He was 48th in fantasy points per game when I made that video. So far, he has not really been that good. He's 43rd though, so he's better than what I told you guys. When I told you guys to buy him, he was 48th. Now he's 43rd. It's only been a week. I still think he's gonna get better than what he's been doing right now. But it's a solid start for him. He's already improving from that 48th spot, so not bad. I still think he could easily push into the top 30 rest of the season. So yeah, not a bad start for him. Another one, the best buy low of the 3 was Franz Wagner, who was 75th when I posted that video and I told you guys to buy low on Franz Wagner. He was 75th. Now he's 38th. So that's a whole 37 spots in fantasy points per game that Franz Wagner has jumped up. I told you guys he could definitely be a top 60 player rest of the season, maybe top 50, while he's 38th right now. So taking advantage of that. Obviously, that's going to go down when Paulo comes back, but Paulo's not going to be back for another like 4+ weeks. So, like, you're going to be taking advantage these next 4 weeks. He could easily be a top 30, 40 player these next 4 weeks. So take advantage of that. These are the very, very important weeks in fantasy basketball to get, obviously to make the playoffs. So that's going to be underrated. I know Paulo's coming back. That's going to go down, obviously, but you could sell high on him before then. Or if you just want to use him these 4 weeks and just, rack some wins up. I'm sure a lot of you guys that bought Franz Wagner low have been winning this past week. Take advantage of that then. He's just gone up insanely high, and he's done exactly what we thought he would do without Paulo. So yeah, that's been very good. And then the last one was Jamal Murray, who was hurt when I told you guys to buy him low. So he still missed a few games after that video. He's only played like 1 or 2 games since the video. The Denver Nuggets, they also only played 2 games this entire week. So, like he's literally played like 1 or 2 games since I told you guys to go buy him low. He was 81st when I told you to buy him low. Now he's 77th. So he has gone slightly up, just like Halliburton, but I'm still buying Jamal Murray low if you can. I'm still buying Halliburton low if you can, but they have somewhat improved since then, so that's not a bad sign at all. The 3 guys I told you guys to sell high on. Firstly, let's talk about Jordan Poole. He had a monster game last game, but even then, he's still lower than when I told you guys to sell high on him. When I told you guys to sell high on him, he was 31st in fantasy points per game. If you go ahead and find Jordan Poole now, he's all the way down at 48th, so he's gone down 17 spots since I told you guys to sell high on him. So very good sell high so far there, 17 spots. That is a lot. Nikola Vucevic was 15th in fantasy points per game when I told you guys to sell high on him as well. And now he is, where is he? I'm blind. He's 28th now, so he's gone down 13 spots since I told you guys to sell high on him. I still think he's going to go down even more, so that's a very good sell high so far. And then the best sell high that I told you guys was my favorite sell high was RJ Barrett. He was 14th in fantasy points per game. I told you guys quickly's coming back soon. Scotty Barnes will be back in a few weeks, and he's gone all the way down to 47th just in the past week. That's 33 spots that he's gone down. So if you sold him high, you have done a very, very good job. And quickly only played for like 2 games, and he's already hurt again. So quickly hasn't even really come back yet, and Scotty Barnes obviously he's not come back yet. So yeah, that's the best sell high. I told you guys that was my favorite sell high. But anyway, I've got a streamers video for today. Just wanted to give you guys that little recap of how the sell high buy lows have been doing. Done pretty well. First game, Grizzlies and Warriors. Let's get into this game. Let's talk about some fantasy basketball streamers. So Marcus Smart's a guy that's decent. Desmond Bane is questionable for today. So if Desmond Bane is in, I probably would not pick Smart up. But if you're in a league where there aren't many options on the fantasy on the waiver, go ahead and pick Smart up, plug him in, and play him for today. That's only if Bane is out though, so I would wait. And there are gonna be better waivers in the video. Just keep watching the video. They're gonna be better waivers than him. But like if there's nobody else better, Marcus Smart's decent deep leagues that very deep leagues, guys that are rostered in less than 10% of leagues. Jake LaRavia is a solid guy. If Bane's in, again, if Bane is in, then there are going to be better options than Jake LaRavia. Just keep watching the video. I'm going to probably say that a few times, like keep watching the video, and I'll have the rankings at the end too. But yeah, that's not a bad spot. But like at the end, if when I show you guys the rankings and all those guys are gone, you might want to, watch these parts. But Jake LaRavia, decent for deep league ads. Wiggins, if he's on your waiver wire, that's a good play as well. In the Miami and Pacer games, there is not really many waivers you could get here. Jaime Jaquez, he's rostered in 40% of leagues, so he's probably not on your waiver. But if he is, he's decent. He's not the best. I don't think he should be rostered in 40% of leagues. But with Jimmy Butler out, he's definitely streamable for today. He's not going to be my favorite play at all, but he's decent. Haywood Highsmith, if you're in a deep league, rostered in 1.2% of leagues, so very, very likely he's going to be on your waiver wire. If you're in like a 14 to 16 man league and there are not many good options, he's a very solid pickup. He's playing 30 plus minutes in all these games. Jimmy Butler's out, so he should definitely see 30 to 35 minutes tonight, especially in the in-season tournament. Not going to provide you much, but he does get a bunch of steals. He is very good on the defensive end. He can knock down a 3 or 2. So Haywood Highsmith, very, very good play in deep leagues. In the Philadelphia-Orlando game, I'm going to talk about my favorite streamer right now and favorite hold. So you're going to pick this guy up if he's in your leagues, and you're going to actually hold him. You're not going to just stream him and drop him. You're going to pick him up. You're going to hold him. It's going to be Jared McCain, the rookie. He's been sensational recently. 27 points, 23 points, 34 points against the Cavs with 10 assists at that. Maxey is still out. So as long as Maxey is out, I want you guys to go pick up Jared McCain. Remember when I told you guys to pick up Grady Dick, and he's been popping off? Trying to think of other guys that I told you guys to pick up. Scottie Pippen Jr., he's been popping off. Santi Aldama, he's been popping off. So like these are guys that I told you guys to pick up on the waivers and like keep them because they're gonna be good. Those all three of those guys and more have hit. This is another guy that I'm telling you guys to pick up. Jared McCain. Until Maxey comes back, you have to roster him. He's getting minutes, 30 plus minutes in 4 straight games. So he's getting the minutes with Maxey out. When Maxey does come back, he's obviously going to get less minutes and less usage. But even when Maxey comes back, I want you to hold him. Just see how he plays for a game or two with Max. If he's getting like 15 minutes again, he's not doing shit, then you can drop him, right? But until then, until Maxey comes back, keep this guy, pick him up and keep him. See how he plays and hold him. Even if he has a stinker today, Maxey's still out the next game, keep him and see how he plays. Jared McCain is one of my favorite waiver wire pickups right now. You could probably even sell high on him before Maxey returns if that's what you want to do. But he has very good name value right now, obviously, because he's a rookie. So pick him up. He's been producing very well. Deep leagues, I like Caleb Martin. He's only rostered in 7.3% of leagues. He's played 30 plus minutes in 3 straight games. With Maxey out as well, he's getting a ton of volume. Paul George is back and Embiid is back, so he's not going to see a lot of usage at all. But he's still a solid play in deep leagues, 7.3% of leagues rostered. So if you need a deep league play, go ahead, have at him. Goga Bitadze, he's a very good streamer. Not today, though. I think he's a solid streamer today. He's playing against Embiid, so really tough matchup. Embiid, everybody knows what Embiid does, right? He's going to get you in foul trouble. He's going to flop. So there's a very solid chance that Goga gets into foul trouble, but as long as Wendell Carter Jr. is out, Goga's a solid streamer. He's usually a pretty good streamer, but today I'm just going to have him as a mediocre streamer just because he's playing against Embiid, and that's going to be a tough matchup against him, and he'll probably get drawn into foul trouble. Another guy that I've been telling you guys about is Anthony Black, who's still only rostered in 3.7% of leagues. So if you're in a deep league, roster him and hold him if you're in a deep league, because 3.7% rostered is only 3.7% rostered is very low, and he's been solid. He hasn't been great, he hasn't been crazy, but you're in a deep league, this is a guy that you can put on your roster, 14 to 16 team league, and keep him at the bottom of your roster and just hold him. So solid guy, Anthony Black. In this Detroit Pistons Toronto Raptors game, somebody that I'm going to talk about very under the radar, Malik Beasley. He's been shooting very, very well. He's got 26 points, 21 points, 15 points, 22 points. The key with Malik Beasley is that Tim Hardaway Jr. is doubtful. This would lead to huge minutes for Malik Beasley. Tim Hardaway Jr. was out last game. Malik Beasley saw 44 minutes. Okay, I think that was an overtime game, but even if it was overtime, let's go ahead and check that. It was an overtime game, but even if it wasn't overtime, that would be 39 minutes on your waiver wire. That's insane volume, especially for a guy that's only rostered in 3.8% of leagues. So right now, if you had to choose between him or Anthony Black, I'd rather have Malik Beasley right now just to stream him. And like long term, I'd rather have Anthony Black probably for the next few weeks. Actually, I don't know. That's debatable. Malik Beasley, I'd probably rather have Malik Beasley. God, I cannot speak. It's 3 in the morning. Bear with me. But Malik Beasley, I do not know how he's only rostered in 3.8% of leagues. Pick him up. He's a very, very good streamer for today. Like I said, Tim Hardaway Jr. is doubtful. So if Tim Hardaway Jr. is officially ruled out, Malik Beasley is an amazing play for today. One of the best waiver wire streamer pickups for today. Malik Beasley is going to see a ton of volume. And then in deep leagues, there are a lot of people in this game, in this Detroit-Toronto Raptors game, that are pretty solid deep league streamers, like under 5 to 10%. Isaiah Stewart, solid deep league streamer. Davion Mitchell, solid deep league streamer, 7.2%. He's going to be solid as long as Emmanuel Quickley's out. And Emmanuel Quickley's out for the next week. And then Chris Boucher, another solid streamer. If I had to rank those 3 deep league streamers, I'd say Davion's my favorite, and then Isaiah Stewart, and then Boucher. So if all 3 of them are on your waiver wire, I'd pick Davion Mitchell if you had to pick anybody. And yeah, remember guys, I just wanted to say, I got to toot my own horn, but we were talking about Grady Dick like a week and a half ago, telling you guys to pick him up. I think he was only rostered in like 15% of leagues or 20% of leagues maybe. Back then when I told you guys to pick him up and hold him, and he was like my favorite waiver wire pickup back then. Look at him now, bro. He's rostered in 65% of leagues, and he's been going crazy. Emmanuel Quickley's out again for another week, so Grady Dick, man, just I'm really happy about that one. I'm really happy about that waiver wire pickup. But yeah, Washington Wizards Atlanta Hawks game. Somebody that's kind of under the radar that's coming back is DeAndre Hunter. He is off the injury report. He's available for today, so he's going to be a solid waiver wire pickup, I think, as a streamer for today. I don't think he's going to be the best streamer for today. If you're looking for somebody that just plays today and nothing more, you're going to drop him right after. I don't think he's going to be that good because he'll probably be on a minutes restriction. But, for the next few weeks, he might be somebody that we have to put on our radar. He's only rostered in 14.4% of leagues. So we'll see how he plays. We'll see how he does. But as for today, he's solid, but nothing crazy just because he might be on that minutes restriction. A guy I like in deep leagues, Keyshawn George, only rostered in 6.3% of leagues. He's been solid. He might see less minutes only because Kuzma's back. So Kuzma eats into his minutes and his usage. But still, he's a solid streamer in deep leagues especially. And he's going against the Hawks. The Hawks are the worst team against three-pointers. So Keyshawn George, he's been shooting a good amount of three-pointers recently. So he's a solid streamer for today in deep leagues just because of that three-point matchup. And he's been getting 25 plus 30 minutes. So I like Keyshawn George today as a deep league streamer. Into the next game is the Chicago Bulls and Cleveland Cavaliers game. Somebody that's been solid is Ayo Dosunmu with Lonzo Ball out. Lonzo Ball's out for this game, but I think he's coming back soon. So Ayo Dosunmu is not a guy that has long-term potential right now as long as Lonzo Ball's back, but Lonzo Ball's out right now. So Lonzo Ball's out. Pick up Ayo Dosunmu if you need a streamer for today. He's very, very solid. And again, I'm going to rank these guys. So if you have any questions like, should I pick up this guy over this guy? Then they're going to be answered at the end of this video, hopefully. If you have any more questions, go ahead and comment them down below. I'll try to reply to them as fast as I can as soon as I see them. I am, busy with college, but I'll try to look at them later. But yeah, Ayo Dosunmu, solid streamer for today, rostered in 17.6% of leagues. Deep player streamers for this game is going to be Ty Jerome, rostered in 6.5% of leagues. He's been solid. I just don't think he has the best value today because, like I said, in-season tournament. So teams are going to be playing their starters more than usual. So it might be a little bit of not of a good game for Ty Jerome, but he's been solid. Patrick Williams only rostered in 5.4% of leagues. He's been giving you 30 plus minutes a night. Levine is back, so that does eat into his usage, but still, Patrick Williams, very, very good deep league streamer. as of right now. The next game is going to be that Lakers Spurs game. We're almost done with this video. Only have a few more games to cover. Somebody that's been very good is Stephon Castle, rostered in 24.4% of leagues. Vassell is back, but even with Vassell being back, Castle has still gone 25, 30-ish minutes. So I like Devin Vassell. Somebody that's been out is Sohan, and Sohan is going to be out for the. Sorry, my nose is stuffing. But Sohan's going to be out for the next few weeks. So even with Vassell being back, that has still led to Stephon Castle getting minutes, is because Sohan's been injured. So Stephon Castle, very alluring, very intriguing pickup because he is a rookie and he has been performing pretty well, and he's only going to get better, right? Um, his minutes, they're not going to get better when Sohan comes back, but until then, I wouldn't worry about his minutes. Stephon Castle, very, very solid pickup and streamer for today. Very deep leagues. I would say Julian Champagny in this game, 6.6% of leagues he's rostered in. Very solid streamer. He's been getting 25, 30 minutes, and in deep leagues where you're in a really deep league and you're looking at guys in your waiver wire and it's a bunch of shit. That guy that's getting 30 minutes, that's valuable. So he's a 3-point shooter. He's going to give you 30 minutes. So solid pickup for today in a very, very deep league. I'm talking very deep league. Only rostered in 0.6% of leagues is Cam Reddish. Solid. He's been getting you around 25 minutes ever since D'Lo got benched. So 25 minutes is not bad. He's not going to provide you with much. So he has gotten double figures twice in his 2 out of his last 4 games. So that's not bad at all. And if you this is a very deep league, obviously 0.6% rostered. So yeah, you're in a very deep league. Go ahead and pick him up. Nuggets and Pelicans game. Somebody that I just couldn't believe that he's only rostered in this amount of leagues is Trey Murphy III. Only rostered in 21.5% of leagues. So this is one of my favorite pick him up and hold him kind of situations right now. Is probably one of my favorites. He's going to be better as games go on. He literally just returned. He's only played 2 games. He's shot like shit, but his usage has been really, really good on this dissipated Pelicans team that has been just absolutely smashed with injuries. So many injuries on this team right now. So Trey Murphy, he's going to be very valuable short term and long term. He's going to get you even when everybody's healthy, he's going to be in the rotation. He's a very, very good basketball player, which usually translates to fantasy points, which translates to minutes, right? But even now, with all these guys injured, when Trey Murphy's back to speed, because obviously he's been on a minutes restriction, like 20 to 25, 25 to 20, 30 minutes. He's played 26, so that's pretty good off his first games back. But when he's fully ready to go, he's going to probably play like 30 minutes until all of the Pelicans are healthy. So this is one of my favorite pick him up and hold him right now. Trey Murphy the third. He's not going to be the best streamer today because he's still coming back from that injury. But in the next week, he's going to be one of my favorite pickups. So pick him up now and hold him early. Trey Murphy the third. Can't believe he's not rostered in more leagues. But another guy that's solid streamer for today, Brandon Boston Jr. I would rather have Trey Murphy the third, like for the next few weeks. But if you're looking at just today, Brandon Boston Jr. solid streamer. He's been getting 30 plus minutes in these games with everybody injured. He is good. Trey Murphy the third brings Brandon Boston Jr.'s usage down, so that is something to note. But still, Brandon Boston Jr. is a solid streamer. Deep league guy that I really like. One of my favorite deep league players is going to be Peyton Watson. Rostered in only 5.8% of leagues. You have to pick this guy up and hold him if you're in a deep league until Aaron Gordon comes back. And Aaron Gordon's out for the next few weeks. So this guy's been getting 30, 35, 40 minutes when Aaron Gordon has been out. So Aaron Gordon's going to be out for the next few weeks still. Pick up Peyton Watson if you're in a very deep league. He's my favorite deep league streamer, and pick him up and hold him. So I wouldn't even call him a hold him, or I wouldn't call him a streamer. I'd call him waiver wire pick up and hold until Aaron Gordon comes back. And another deep league guy that I like is Yves Missy. We've talked about this guy several times in YouTube videos. So if you've been watching those videos, you've picked him up. He's been very, very solid for you. I like him again. So Yves Missy, very, very solid deep league streamer. Next game is going to be the Clippers Rockets game. There's nobody that I really like in this game. Very deep leagues, I would say Derrick Jones Jr. is a guy you can pick up and stream just for today. Very deep leagues. But another guy that I like more than him in this game is going to be Chris Dunn. Only rostered in 2.1% of leagues. He's gotten 28 and 30 minutes. So I like him a little bit more than Derrick Jones Jr. Again, those aren't my favorite streamers at all. But if you're in a very deep league, nobody else is better that I've mentioned already, then go ahead and stream Chris Dunn or stream Derrick Jones Jr. Next game is going to be that Phoenix and Thunder game. So someone that I like is Lou Dort, especially with Chet being out. Since Chet has gone out in these last 2 games, Dort has seen 35 and 32 minutes. Again, he's not a high usage guy. He's a catch and shoot three guy, but he is going to be on the court for the Thunder with Chet being out. So he's going to get a lot of minutes, and they need his defense. So he's going to be on the court for 30 plus minutes in non-blowout games. He's going to give you solid catch and shoot from the three. He's not going to be a high usage guy again, but he's a solid streamer. While Chet's out, which is going to be a long time, like 2 months, so or maybe even longer. Another guy that's a very solid streamer, especially specifically for today, and for the next few weeks, is going to be Royce O'Neal, rostered in 15% of leagues. Durant is out for the next few weeks, so Royce O'Neal does get a boost, but he gets an even bigger boost today because Bradley Beal is also out today. So Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant out. That's going to be a lot of usage towards Booker and Tyus Jones, obviously, but Royce O'Neal is going to see more usage than he usually does. It is a very tough matchup against the Thunder, right? So the Thunder are one of the best, if not the best, defense in the entire NBA. So it's a very, very tough matchup. But he is going to see more usage than he usually does. So usage kind of makes up for that. And it's a solid streamer for today, Royce O'Neal, especially with Durant and Beal out. If you're in very deep leagues, Josh Okogie is a guy that's an interesting streamer for today with Beal and Durant out. He saw 28 minutes last game and he had 25 points. So I mean, he's only rostered at 0.3% of leagues, right? So if you're in a very, very, very deep league, I'd rather play him than Cam Reddish, and Cam Reddish is rostered in more leagues. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. Aaron Wiggins is another deep league streamer, only rostered in 4.1% of leagues. He's been getting solid minutes, very good catch and shoot three-point shooter. Then another guy is Cason Wallace, only rostered in 1.4% of leagues. He's going to probably play a lot today because I think he's going to match up with Devin Booker. I think he's going to guard Devin Booker. They're going to need him out there to guard Devin Booker. Cason Wallace is a very good defender. I don't know how he's going to fare with Devin Booker, obviously, but they're going to need him out there for defense. So Cason Wallace, solid streamer for today. Our next game and the last game is going to be the Timberwolves and the Kings game. It's the last game for today, as you can see right here. One of my favorite pickups for today and for the foreseeable future till Malik Monk comes back is going to be Kevin Huerter. Rostered in 15.4% of leagues. Malik Monk is out. Kevin Huerter saw 37 minutes last game against the Suns. He had 22 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. He filled up the stat sheet. This guy's going to get a lot of minutes as long as Malik Monk is out. He's going to see around 30 minutes in non-blowout games, unless he's just shooting Kings out of the game, which isn't going to happen often. So pick this guy up and hold him until Malik Monk is back. DeRozan is also possibly out as well today. That shouldn't be a long-term thing, but he probably will play today. But there is a chance he does miss today. So if DeRozan misses, I already like Kevin Huerter if DeRozan does play. But if DeRozan does miss this game, that just boosts Kevin Huerter as well on the list. Very, very good streamer. I'd probably rather stream McCain and Malik Beasley. But other than that, Kevin Huerter is probably the best streamer right now. In like out of guys that are rostered in less than 30% of leagues, right? So yeah, Kevin Huerter is an amazing streamer for today. And then if you're in deep leagues, Nickeil Alexander-Walker solid. Nickeil Alexander-Walker solid. He had 32 minutes last game, but that's only because Conley was out. Conley is back for today. Conley only sits back to back, so that's why he got a lot of minutes. But even with Conley back, he's gonna give you like 25 minutes. He's gonna give you catch and shoot threes, give you a few steals. So very, very solid streamer if you're in deep leagues. But anyway, that has been all the games for today. All 12 games. That was a lot of games to cover. Very, very long YouTube video. But I have the rankings right here, okay? So this is my first time doing these rankings, so, bear with me if they're bad today. But trying to give you guys more insight, try to be more helpful, try to be more specific. So favorite November 15 streamers, Jared McCain is my favorite waiver wire pickup and hold until Tyrese Maxey comes back, and maybe even longer, or sell high before Maxey comes back. But if this guy's on your waiver wire, you need to pick him up. Jared McCain is my favorite waiver wire pickup right now. Malik Beasley, my second favorite waiver wire pickup and streamer. You have to hold this guy until Tim Hardaway Jr. comes back, because even with Tim Hardaway Jr., he's been producing. So without Tim Hardaway Jr., he's seeing like 35 minutes, a ton of usage, a ton of three-point attempts. He's been very, very solid. So he's going to be my second favorite waiver wire pickup, Malik Beasley, especially with Tim Hardaway Jr. out. Hold him as well. Don't just stream him, hold him if you have room for him on your roster. My third favorite pickup, Kevin Huerter, especially with Malik Monk out. When Malik Monk comes back, we'll see how Kevin Huerter does. He'll probably be dropped, but we'll see how he does. Like, give him a game or two when Malik Monk comes back. And if he's asked, then you can get rid of him. But as long as Malik Monk is out, Kevin Huerter is going to be one of the best waiver wire pickups right now in leagues. My fourth favorite, Trey Murphy the third. He's not my favorite streamer at all for today. There are several players that I'd rather stream just specifically today. But waiver wire pickups, like pick him up and hold, he's gonna be one of my favorite pickup and holds right now, Trey Murphy the third, because he's still on a minutes restriction right now. So like in next week, when he's playing 30 minutes, he's gonna be very, very good. He's gonna give you probably like 16 points or more a game with all those guys, all the injuries that the Pelicans are having. All those guys are out, and if Murphy's playing like 30 minutes, he's going to give you like 16 points a night. So this guy's going to be very, very valuable if he's on your waiver wire. So pick him up and hold him now early before he has that pop-off game and everybody picks him up. He was only rostered in what, like 20% of leagues, 21.5. He's a very good pickup right now. And then my fifth favorite streamer for today is going to be Stephon Castle. You could drop him if you want after today's game, but I think he's going to be a solid streamer for today. He's going to get like 25, 30 minutes against the Lakers. Really, really promising rookie, so I like him as well. I'd pick him up and hold him if I were you, but I mean, there are better options like Trey Murphy the third, Herder, Malik Beasley, McCann. I'd rather hold those guys for right now. And then my favorite deep league streamers, my favorite deep league streamer is going to be Peyton Watson, and I'd pick him up and I would hold him until Aaron Gordon comes back. If you're in a deep league, there's gonna be room on your roster. If you're in a very deep league, there's gonna be room on your roster. No doubt about that. And Peyton Watson's one of the best streamers that's under 10% rostered. And especially with Aaron Gordon out, he's very, very good. So I like Peyton Watson a lot in deep leagues. Caleb Martin, just for today, I wouldn't pick him up and hold him. Just for today, specifically for today, I think he's a solid streamer. Davion Mitchell, I'd rather, if you're looking in the next week, I'd rather have Davion Mitchell than Caleb Martin. Because Davion Mitchell, he's going to be playing like 35 minutes until Emmanuel Quickley's back. And Emmanuel Quickley's out for the next week. So Davion Mitchell, very, very good. He's going to be the starting point guard for the Toronto Raptors until Quickley comes back. And that's going to give him 35 minutes. That's going to give him like 5, 6, 7 assists a night. So very solid deep league streamer. My fourth favorite deep league streamer is Anthony Black. You can hold him for anybody not above him. So you can hold him for anyone not named Davion Mitchell, anyone not named Caleb Martin, anyone not named Peyton Watson. That's rostered in like less than 5% of leagues. So take that into account. I'm not saying pick him up over everyone else. I'm just saying pick him up over anyone that's rostered in less than 5% of leagues. That's not Davion, Caleb Martin, or Peyton Watson. I'd probably rather pick up and hold Anthony Black than Caleb Martin easily. So yeah. Then Yves Missy's a guy that we've talked about for like a week now. That's a very, very good streamer for deep league, and he's been performing. So he's a guy that you can hold him, or you could drop him after today's game based on how he performs. But I like him a lot. But anyway, that's been the waiver wire streamer video for today. Very, very long video, almost half an hour. But yeah, a lot of information there, a lot of streamers and waiver wire pickups that you can pick up. You know, one of these guys could be the next Grady Dick. One of these guys could be the next, Bilal Coulibaly. One of these guys could be the next really, really good waiver wire pickup. So yeah, take these into account when you're looking at your waiver wire. If you have any specific questions, comment them down below. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the end of the video, man. The sell high buy low video has been a huge success so far, so I'm happy about those guys performing. And it's already Friday, so on Monday or Sunday, I'll probably have another buy low sell high video for you guys. So if you guys want another buy low sell high video, comment down below, leave a like for your boy, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.